One of the terms that you're going to hear me talk about a lot during this course is something called the Facebook timeline. In this movie, I'm going to be exploring the Facebook timeline and showing you exactly what it is and why it's such a good thing. If you go to facebook.com/about/timeline, you'll actually be taken to the Facebook timeline page that explains to you exactly what timeline is. This page is actually really good and has a lot of videos and information on it, which are great for learning the ins and outs of the Facebook timeline itself. You'll notice as you start to scroll down the page that it tells you that the Facebook timeline is a way to tell your life story in a new kind of social profile. Up until recently, Facebook used something called a wall and a profile page to let you interact with people. Well, now they display everything in sort of this chronological timeline layout that really showcases events and things that happen in your life, like when you get a new job, or when you get married, or when you leave a job, or even when you end a relationship. So, Facebook timeline is a chronological representation of your online lifestyle. So let's scroll down through the page and you can see here that it explains exactly what your cover photo is. That's the area behind your profile page right there. And as we continue to scroll down, you can see here that it indicates what stories are. So stories are the things that pop up on your timeline, such as memorable posts, photos, and life events like getting married or starting a new job. And this is where you can tell your story from the beginning to middle to all the way up to now. And so we scroll down, you can see all these examples of things like when someone became friends with somebody else, when someone was checking into a certain restaurant, when they liked a new page, or when they moved or started a new job somewhere. All kinds of things pop up. You'll also see references to apps. Facebook has a lot of applications that interact with it. And so therefore, you can see things like when people watch movies on various services, if they use apps to track things like runs or walks, anything that interfaces with Facebook. If you've seen that little button where it says sign in with Facebook on anything like an application or another website, that is an app that hooks into Facebook and then publishes information to your timeline to show things like songs that you play, activities that you like. All different types of stuff can be used here. At the bottom, it shows you a little bit more about the timeline, and so it tells you that once you get timeline, you'll have 7 days before anyone else can see it, and this gives you a chance to get your timeline looking the way you want it before other people see it. So this is assuming, of course, that you have an old Facebook account and you're wanting to convert it over to the new timeline. When you first set up a Facebook account, you've already got timeline, so you don't have to worry about that. You can also decide what to highlight in your timeline. When we talk about filling that out, I'll show you how to highlight different things. Highlighting basically means that you make a post bigger or more prominent so that people see that a little bit clearer as opposed to the other posts in your timeline. You can also, through privacy controls, control who sees what on your timeline. So if you only want to share a post with a certain group of people, you can do so. If you want to hide everything from the world, you can do that. Or if you want to just be as public about it as you can be and live life on the edge, you can do that as well. And so if you want a little bit more explanation of these sections, you can actually click here on these links at the bottom and they will take you to those respective sections so you can see those. And you can also watch an instructional video on how timeline works as well. So this is a great little learning center. And again, it's at facebook.com/about/timeline. And it's really going to help you understand what timeline is and how you can use it to display everything that's going on in your online world.